which should be a direct question, so that way we don't wind up in a situation where it should have and it didn't happen or whatever. The question should be direct.
Doesn't the dollar amount to control whether you go out to bid or not?
Oh yeah, $17,000, so it's under.
I mean, it's going to be under, way
I mean,
under
that's the
that.
question anyway. We can make this contingent, we can say that's taken contingent on it being legal in some way.
But that's true too. You have two ways of doing it. Like you said, if it's under a certain amount of money, it doesn't have to go out to bid. And if it
Maybe
is,
that's why you didn't bring up that.
Yeah, and if it is over a certain amount of money, it has to go out to bid.
Right.
Period.
What's the threshold?
I think it's 17,000.
He's not going to get 17,000 in one application. That's impossible.
But it would be nice to ask the question anyway.
I wrote it down. I'll touch back with him, tell him this is a continuation of our previous conversations. And ask him that. Oh, I'll ask his assistant that, who's free, and let her go ask him. And then they can get back to me by email. And if it is legit, then
that's
someone
we should
make
motion that we use.
I make a motion that if it is, we will go ahead with it.
Manzo Engineers?
I second.
Who seconded? Okay. Yeah, it's Mazer, and it's Chris Theos. Yeah, I couldn't find principal associate on that fee schedule, so I didn't know, but I remembered what the borough's paying. Now that's probably the top of what we would pay, but I don't know if he's going to handle it exactly himself or if he's going to give, like, an engineer can do what we need to do. An engineer is, you got that paper there, Ernie?
What's that?
Okay, well, how much is an engineer? 85, 65, some other number, not 130.
Senior project engineer is 120.
How much is a regular?
The senior engineer is 95.
Okay, so.
And the engineer is 80.
Between 80 and 130, so. So those are the motions out there. Dan?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Ernie?
Yeah.
Mayor?
Yes.
Marvin?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ron?
Yeah.
Tony?
Yes, it's contingent upon a lawyer saying it's okay to use it.
Yes.
When you get the plans for Lester Glenn, make sure that we see them before the meeting.
10 days before the meeting. He has to give it to us 10 days before the meeting, so I don't know when he's going to give us.
Make sure that we see them before, you know.
Let us know you have it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and stuff, I have to research on
That's the conflict.
That's
Engineer. Dickman gave us the Mylar. There's an engineer's report in there from O'Donnell Stanton. The compliance review. We've got that from the engineer saying that he's complied with all our.
We're talking about Dickman still?
Yes. So we should sign these plans.
And Dickman,
Right, Ernie?
the Dickman was wrong where he's not going to be working on the piles going to the water. Right? Is that what this is about? The Dickman application.
He's going to do exactly what is in his application.
Okay.
He can
Not
fix.
more.
He can fix the.
Right.
He can repair the wood around the place, I would presume.
Okay.
I don't know how. Yeah. I don't know how much. That's a DEP and an EPA and other people's purview. It's not the land uses.
Well, our engineer says everything that he's doing is
Right,
not.
what he's gonna do is the building. If the docks become an issue, That's a separate issue, and you have to come before the
Back
board.
us.
Gotcha, so he's not dredging, he's not trying
No.
to propose,
He-
nothing, anything
he-
for that,
he-
maybe cleaning them up. Okay.
No, everything will be fine with that man. He is right to the T. The building is what his concern is.
Okay.
If the docks, they're gonna use them for whatever reason, or that becomes an issue, he'd have to come before the planning board to get approved for them.
Okay.
Because there was 3 broken docks there, and we don't, maybe 50 years ago, this other guy fixed them, we don't know how good they're fixed, and blah, 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 you know. But he knows all about that. What we're gonna okay here is just the fact that the building, period. What's in the thing for the building.
This,
Right,
this is the guy that's doing it over there by the boats,
correct,
that's doing the docks.
right.
And
The tenant that was in there, okay, he's been evicted through the courts, okay? Mr. Dickman was here on Monday. He went downstairs to see the chief. He wants to find out how to get rid of the boats. So there's probably 25 or 30 boats on out there. So there's probably a procedure with the Marine Police and blah, 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 that he has to go through, but they'll be out of there.
is this the same person that the permits came through the DEA or something? About the docks,
Right, right,
that's the same person.
yeah.
Now, my question in reference to, about the docks, is since it was their code, or their permit, has that met their specification?
The docks,
Because, you know, when they give you a permit, they tell you have to bring it up to a certain specification, am I
Right, but-
correct?
my understanding, I wasn't here when they made that issue with Dickman, when it came before the board, okay? But he only came for the building, he did, that's my understanding.
He didn't come for the docks,
Through
he
him,
didn't come
he
for
had
anything
nothing
else.
to do with the docks, the
Right,
man
but
took that on his own. The docks will not be used, all Mr. Dickman is doing the building, that's what he came before the board with the plans.
Which building
That's all he
is this?
used, 10,000 square feet.
Which building is this?
Where Winooski used to have that white building next
On 166?
on 166.
Where it used to be the Honda?
Right,
So I don't remember.
Is it
full
the
throttle.
first building that you go over the bridge or something?
On the right.
No, not the first building. First building is the Asbury Park Press building.
No, when you go
No,
over
he's talking about 166.
166.
Electronics,
Well,
right?
I believe, because I was here for that,
Right next to the
he
bridge.
had the doing the dock work in there, because he was going to put certain things in.
No,
See, I wasn't here, so I wasn't
Yeah,
there.
bulkhead.
Not
That's not docks.
Okay.
I remember
So
that
it's about the
Mr.
stand
Dickman
plane.
said that.
Right, the sand
Plant is in there to put new bulkheading around. Mr. Dickman told me that.
Right.
He was gonna put new bulkheading.
Right, I confused it.
Yeah, no, I mean, what I'm telling you is all hearsay, but I wasn't here for that.
Yeah, that's what, you're right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So my question still is, I'm just trying to figure out something. You're right, he didn't come for the docks, but they did build a dock there. They built something there that was under construction. And if my correct, my information was correct, it had nothing, the people that gave the permit was the DEA or somebody, the environment, somebody. How you say it? The DPA, am I correct?
DEP.
Right?
DEP.
A DEP, right? Because that dock is being built there, or it's
Our
already
only,
up.
our only purview is the building and the parking lot. We have nothing to do with the docks. We have nothing to do with anything else. He can't do anything else other than use that building internally and park cars around it. That's what he can do. If he does anything more than that,
What happens,
Ernie
Robin,
needs to
if
visit him.
he,
Right, there is,
if he uses the docks,
yeah,
if he used the docks, he has to come here for approval.
okay.
it messes up the parking
All he got approved from us,
amounts
what I understand, is the building, the parking lot,
and the lighting
and the lighting, right, and the signs.
and the fines.
Okay, but maybe I'm still a little
No,
confused.
no, keep going,
The
okay.
point what I'm trying to understand, though, but there is a dock there,
That's correct.
and the dock was being built. Even though it didn't come through here, the dock had to be built. And let me finish now. So since it didn't come through here, it was my understanding that the DPA is the one that issued the permit for the dock. because it had to be, since it was in the water, it had to be up to a certain code, because you just can't, pressure treated wood or whatever. Am I correct? Am I saying that right?
You're saying